Um, I gotta start off by saying thank you, God. I'm expecting the worst. These people have been humiliated so much by the reality of what they're part of. They tell me how they're gonna frame me, and in the way they try to paint this, um, obviously I know they're doing this for the incentives they're getting, right? There's a purpose that is, they have an incentives to do this kind of things. We talk about governmental entities with limitless resources, and also the incentives might not just even be financial, but also just the fact that you involve yourself in such a sophisticated technology is amazing. But I'm so thankful. I'd rather die in hell than live in this heaven that they're in. Now I was listening to this next door neighbor, and they try to sound menacing and mysticful when they talk to me. Because at the end of the day, they want you to identify with the manipulation. This technology has the ability to literally rewire your brain. There's no doubt about it. When they use their children and show their children, they know that my brain can be rewired to experience manipulations that are disgusting. That's what they want their children to be seen, so they can rewire the brain. They know that. They know that. I know that. They know that I don't even have doubt about that. But with that being said, it's still a disturbing experience. But I see them for the low life pedophiles that they are. I've called them pedos. They know that. Now every day I open the window, like my door, and make sure that they can hear a little bit of reality. Earlier on, somebody comes in, tells me how I'm gonna be castrated and this and that. I was gonna run to him and castrate me right now, because this is just too much. You've been too humiliated. There's a whole bill called End National Defense Network Abuse Act because the entities that contract you to frame me, to do these things to me, are so pedophilia centric. I know the truth. I think this next door neighbor are really the people behind this thing? Of course not. They do their thing as instructed, as guided to do. But please understand, I see them for what they truly are, opportunists. But so opportunists that you even have your own children involved in this. To hear this child like Trash tell me, sorry about it, I'm gonna frame you. I'm like, oh, Trash, I was already dead. These kids, their whole future is over. Like, what can you do after that? Do you think it's a simple move on? These people are. Your parents will say sorry to you. What do you think life is going to be after this? No, there's no screaming or pain that I'm going to experience that's going to change what you're going to experience in your life. They were even mocking these kids that they would say that they're going to frame. I went to the airport. I remember being in the flight. They were like, oh, we're going to get the best psychiatrist for them. Talking about these people are about to frame me because they're going to use their kids. It's like reality is removed. It's like they don't live anymore. They live off my torture. I'm like, so after you watch me die, scream, be a dog, bark, whatever story, and then I'm dead. I'm dead. So you think life is just like, hey, move on, I'm me, I'm gonna live life. It's just a waiting time, a waiting game to just till the thing happens to you. And they use these clowns, and they empower these children because you gotta understand, even the grown people are intoxicated by the ability to do these things to you. But imagine a child. Oh my God, it's the only time they can feel special. Oh, like, nah, nah, we're sorry, and they try to make themselves be some different, like at this point, the testimonials of what they do to women, the babies, children of all age, toddlers, infants. As I say, toddlers, they stimulate me. Infants, it's just too much. Plus the mass shootings, that's clearly driven by people like them. At every ways you can, in every ways you can look at it, at every level, it's just, it's like, I don't know if something biblical about this. It's like you are messing, you are on the wrong side of things here. You can no longer play the femme fatale. This is a cow. It's so sad. Still, even I've seen people who are scary looking. Not even scary. People who are supposed to intimidate me. I've said the name of this. alleged in the, man was allegedly picking up kids as 14 years old. I've never seen somebody have so much fear over a name. How much? It's just crazy. And so of course they're gonna take it out of on me because I'm the type of person who will never let people escape. I'll be there like showing you all the time. Matter of fact, if right now they tell me, hey, today come with us, we're gonna start torturing you this way, I'll go with them. Just to make sure that these people involved in this do not get that satisfaction that, oh my gosh, he sees. No. Yes, I'll be scared. I'm not, I don't want to be tortured. But this is bigger than me. I'm listening to this child like trash try to sound agitating to me. While working for a governmental program that has been torturing even babies. I'll never let them use the fantasy. You hear the noise campaign is all supposed to make me accept these things. The moment they're playing with the lights, it didn't even face me. It's like, okay. To hear them interacting with me, they have, okay. So voice to skull is that technology where they can pipe in their voices onto you. You hear them talking to you and saying, for me in my case, there's a lot of threatening, scary things they say. Warnings of terrible things. You're gonna be kicked and tortured and beaten. You're gonna be turned into mashed potato. You're gonna, like they're gonna bust you. I'm like, listen, right now, and I think it's just weird. Like, it's not even weird, but it's like, how do you guys make yourself so stupid? Like, how do you dumb yourself down? Like, to act this way. The technology that is being applied onto me right now is so sophisticated. What they're doing to my organs right now, my skin, my bones, my everything, is incredibly sophisticated. Then out of nowhere, they're like, nah, they're gonna jump you, they're gonna do this. I'm like, my organs right now are failing because this DoD technology is destroying me. You talk about actually individual doing things to me. We're way past this. I am being rewired. This technology right now, this EEG, heterodyning or cloning, that literally capture your brain signal, manipulate it, and put it back in you. And you think I'll be like, oh no, what's going on? He's going to what? I can die every night and be back resurrected because this technology can do things to me. I'm like, you guys are, how can you be so clowny? They talk about I'm gonna lose my teeth, and they're like, my teeth are, I can do this. My teeth are not stable. I can feel them falling off. I can feel it. It's just a matter of time. I feel like I'm literally. That means that right now they can make me lose a tooth easy. Or all of them. But they want to be theatrical about it. But to hear these people, I'm like, these clowns. Because they still want me to accept this facade. I was trying to watch a show. Oh my gosh. It's a great show, by the way. I'll make a video about it. About how they manipulate me. The manipulation. Anybody who looked like a kid or was a kid was a stimulations. Literally try to make me accept these things. One point, I don't know if I said it, but this guy was saying like, we're gonna frame for you. I was like, trash, you're just an opportunist. It's like there's enough incentive for you to involve yourself in that, so you go involve yourself in that, and it's mostly beneficial for you. But you're framing for me. You're framing for these governmental entities that happen to have a lot of issues. These clowns yelling things, saying these random things to try to counter reality. I'm listening to these horrible things. To understand that from mass shootings to torturing babies, this is what these people are involved in. Then to find out these entities running this program have these issues while they are here rewinding your brain, say we're mapping, and to try to still utilize me doing what I did as a child when I can listen to these horrible things they do to children and think I'm gonna let them escape in that when I'm seeing and hearing this. Never. You sell your children and they sold me up. Well, you sell somebody who's no longer there. The only people that were there, the people who are still alive, is these kids of yours and you. You're the one who sold yourself. So for me, I don't want to be biblical, but this is definitely something magical. Now, for me, I expect some bad things happening to me because they've been too humiliated, too. Even somebody from a fucking, I'm like, they are being so timid now. Because they know that these governmental entities that have the ability to rewire my brain, or they call it EEG mining. This governmental entity working on that have so much issue with child porn, right? I keep bringing that up, and I don't. I love that fact that I know this. They have so much child porn issues that in 2018, child protective agencies ranked the DoD network as having some of the most child porn being trafficked and circulating within this network. This is crazy. This is on CNN. This is on as mainstream as it gets when it comes to media. And you have this trash they are. Yeah, okay. In every way, they've been just embarrassed. They rewire the brain. They can make you the desired feeling they want you to have. They will make you experience that. They do the same things to others, so the testimony are very similar. They have sold their own children and tell them how they're gonna frame me. They torture children. They cause mass shootings. They torture a lot of women. In every way, I've been validated. The defamation, the same. In every way, my brain, every time I'm saying that, they're making me think of a child and forcing me stimulation with this EEG cloning or EEG aerodyning or whatever, which one it is, where they just I feel when my brain is just rewired this way, and they send this most agitating children, which I'm like, can you imagine the future of this child? Can you imagine what this kid's gonna be? I don't think they'll be like, oh, the future of this kid, she's gonna be such a dignified, honorable person. We should go. No. I'm so thankful. But they're gonna watch me suffer in all different ways, and then they're gonna celebrate. They're gonna even delude themselves like we won so much. Oh, what? I'm here 24/7 just doing this. They're so deluded. They even gonna try to celebrate to make it seem like this was a battle. It was just a battle with self-respect. That's it. It was the same thing every day. They try to be now you pay you to hear sometimes I forget after just a day or two of not listening to how horrible this thing is to not only men but to women and to children, and to hear these people say now you pay, and I know that they torture even infants, and I know they are involved in this program that torture children. Please understand, I have no doubt that these people doing this thing to me are fully involved in the torture of children and women. And when I mean that, I mean the people running this program. And I know this program that's doing these things to me is the same program that would torture a child and is torturing children today. I have no doubt. I know today what's happening to me is happening to children. That in the same thing that I mean right now, I don't have a single ounce of doubt. You know what, to counter that, what they say? They support them. I just ask God, I'm not a violent person. I was hearing this person talk, and I saw like this thing over there, and I'm like, hmm, listen, I'm very weak, I'm fragile, but if let's just say something like that happened, it is smart for me to do this, in the sense of it will end. These horrible things I'm gonna go through is gonna end if I do that. So it would be smart for me to do something like that, and I'll be dead. But I can't. I couldn't live like, oof, no, 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 I can't. That's not me. But in every ways, I don't see them. I just see them for truly what they're involved in. Truly, there's no escapism. They are, you know, there's this next door neighbor who talks about my 9-year old, and I'm thinking about the baby that made me experience these things to their own babies. So sad. It just really broke my heart, truly. And I'm not saying that to just try to stop what they make me experience, but it is very sad because those kids, they don't know, they're babies, like they don't even know, like they're just truly innocent. This one baby, the one I just came here, this, oh my gosh, it was so hard. Like it just hurt me a little bit because then after that, what they would do with this baby is when I would watch adult content, they will make me think of this baby because they have the ability to really just make you think the way they want you to think. While I'm watching two adults together, they'll put this kid in my head to train my brain in this way. So nasty. I was trying to beg my head to stop this. It's so disgusting. Then there's the other baby over there that was scared, which they try to create some sexual thoughts of. It's so sad. It's like your own babies, you do this, and then you send this retard that is supposed to make me accept this manipulation. I call them retard because truly they this is what they have to be. I'm sorry for the language, but they truly are retarded at this point. I would never identify to this trash like they are. They don't care. Yeah. EEG manning. That's how they sound like. And for them to try to go ahead act like this in front of me. Think if I'm identified to any of this, I will endure it. I will deal with this nastiness. I will experience it because this is the manipulation I'm going to experience. But please look at who's saying they are. Look at me. Look how I'm delusional. This is the winners, huh? I'm glad that they use these people. So it works with them, like it breaks them a little bit more. If you rely on your conscious on this, like this boof, this nothingness, you effed. They look at her how she tried to talk to me. It's like a kid tried to sound like, no, it's gonna do that. Via V2K, they are interacting with me, and they are, of course, they've seen the horrible things I'm gonna go through. But if you see who's talking to me, I don't need to be a freaking prophet to know that this is not the most stable human being. This is not the type of person that you ever rely yourself, your conscious onto. What I'm gonna go through is gonna be horrible. I'm sure I'll be crying, I'll scream, I'll react the way somebody in pain will react because I'm a human and I will react in this way. But I swear to God, I hope that I get the strength from God to deal with whatever I'm gonna go deal with. But I also thank Him because I know that there's some dignity in this. In the sense that, man, whatever monster I end up meeting, first of all, starting out from how to get to that place because they say they're gonna frame me. You have these children that are gonna have their life ruined, thinking they're gonna be badass, being involved in this. They don't understand there is no future for anybody who frame You don't move on from that. You're done. Good for you. You're not a badass. This is what cowards do. But I'm glad that you're being groomed these ways. And I look forward to see how, like, the retardation I'm gonna see in front of me. The storylines we all gonna learn together. I'm gonna learn about what happened. So I'm like, do you? And please continue this. Now, whatever I'm gonna deal with, I'm like, in my mind, at one point I wrote a suicide letter. So you gotta understand, me, life was at some point something that I was willing to take for myself. Now I have dignity. That's before I found out the testimonials and everything else. But this trash, once she saw me in all the circumstances I'm gonna go through, it's done. It's done. And she said, like, it's funny, like, they try to say, you'll be crying. Like, I know this person cried within the last 2 months. I know this person talking to me have cried within this last 2 months. Because they're like children, and it's so sad. The whole environment they're in is disgusting. So for me, I'm like, thank you, God, because you show me this disgusting life that these people live, but I'm living a bad life in the sense of I'm not happy, in the sense of, like, I can never be at peace in the sense that I'm being manipulated so disgustingly. But their life, they have the option to live any good life they want, and this is the nastiness that they live in. These losers, thank you, God. Now, I go to this, whatever happens to me, give me strength, but I know I'm not gonna try to. I will not try to. Death is okay with me. But thank you, God, to be able to see things for what they are. I'm listening to this church. You like girls? Like, yes, and you protect girls. They sold their soul to pedophiles. And I'm so glad I never had to live this. And I'm glad I see them for what they are. It's so sad, though, that they're minorities, though. That's the only sad part. It's like, of course, that's pathetic. Besides that, I'm like, good for you. And some of them tell me, our uncle's there. Our dad is... But they're so childlike that I don't even need to prove them wrong. Like, it's just like they're like, it's bad. Really, like, you don't even understand how right I'm gonna be. Them trying to mimic people who are just low lives. So to all my target video, stay strong. There is dignity in this. Imagine you were the one grooming your children to be framing people. Imagine that was your life. Imagine you're the one living day in and day out to rewire the brain in these ways. And send these retards, these childlike people was like, nah, I'm afraid and did this and that. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, imagine this child 20 years from now. So my target visual, stay strong. I swear that this is dignified. For me, if I could show the pictures of the people who involved in this, you see the shamelessness. Ugh. I have coworkers who work in a more professional environment. And I've noticed how they thank them. It's just disgusting. It's like, I will never have my child do that, but thank you for having your child to do that. Thank you. So brave. And I can see through it. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're just thanking them because they won't do that to their kids. But thank you for being the bravest. So strong. Oh, God. Target video, stay strong. Stay strong.